Friday, August 27th. I'll be down there performing. But without further ado, our feature for the night, Mr. Poetic Mindz.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Teddy can't no traffic.
That's what's up. Usually you want to hear something like Biggie or so, you're not with me. That's a dude on me right there. That's all right. I feel you. How y'all feeling?
All right, let's go, dude.
Just want to shout out to my Black Poet family. Man.
Oh yeah, we here. We here.
Listen, man, y'all know I'm doing a lot of talking before poems. I just like to go in.
Go in.
Paul, I'm just gonna go until you tell me to stop.
Okay.
Okay. So that's
Let's go.
Take the glasses off so I can see. I squeeze dreams until realities ease through my
phalanges.
And it seems that dreams are constant around here, full of uncertain certainties. Could it be that I hold the hopes of wannabes attached to the end of the still realities that claim to be obtained? Lies and fables are served on tables of hardships and misfortune, and I stand behind this mic and I wait for them to feast. And winds from the east shake the trees that they hide in. Secret closets conceal sessions of contemplations with themselves because they are the only ones that they can confide in. But yet, they still come to see me for exchange. And when they do, I gladly oblige them because I cannot be resisted. Because what you see before you is pure poetry in motion. And I cause all sorts of commotion with just the mere notion of me speaking. Keeping your ears glued to rhythmic beats and gathering syncopated thoughts that leak into your soul like an open tap. Dripping poetic nectar down your throat till it evokes your cravings for something deeper.
Let's go.
That's why you sit and you wait and anticipate every word that escapes my spirit. And without even knowing it, you sit motionless with no control over your own limbs until I am done. And even then, you still won't move till you come to some sort of conclusion that you just can't take no more. So breathe and explore my imports while I gather the exports of your thoughts. I promise that your journey would not be in vain. I came to remain and rename this domain. This here will no longer be called the Blackbird Cafe, but it will now and forever be known that the house that the black poets built. And every brick that is laid by a poet who knows what it means to put in work, because I be he. I be he who has enclosed myself in the rooms of the likes of that of Marcus Garvey, as he taught me how to gather an army, who walks, talks, and breathes like me.
Let's go.
But instead of using live grenades, he taught me how to use my pad, my pen, and all available stages. Because I want to be remembered down through the ages as he who walked and talked with God, receiving specific instructions on the placements of nouns and verbs, just so that I could be heard. Because clearly, I don't speak for he and I, but I speak for the betterment of our existence. Because what you see is what was, what is, and what is to be. Because me, been here before. Thank the poetry God snatched me out the corner of a Mike Scott poem, so that I was kicked back and relaxed, studying all the ways that I could turn words inside out and make them mean more than they really meant, just by the way that I said them. And that made me the call, anointed by rhymes to preach this gospel of poetry. But the Sadducees and the Pharisees of my artistry are blatantly trying to orchestrate a plan to keep me silent, but I will be heard. Through the hieroglyphics that was lifted off the ceiling of ancient Egyptian tombs, I have no room to tell untruths, so sit at my feet while I whisper parables that lay in the lining of my soul, feeding 5,000 hungry souls with just 2 poems and 5 loaves of truths.
Let's go.
Because what you see before you is what I call the newest testament. And as long as you sit there with your spirit open, I promise I won't stop blessing it. And if expressing this is rubbing you wrong, go ahead and start confessing it. Because along with truth next to this, there ain't nothing.
Woo!